Einen schönen Nachmittag und willkommen auf der BeSt³. Wir freuen uns, dass Sie dabei sind hier im Livestream 2. Viele in Österreich möchten mit der Matura ein Studium beginnen. Das kann man in Österreich, das kann man in Frankreich, in Spanien, in Deutschland, wo auch immer. Und wir haben jetzt Gäste da. Wir freuen uns sehr, dass wir Studieren in Großbritannien Ihnen schmackhaft machen dürfen heute hier auf der BeSt³ in Wien. Wir freuen uns, dass Sie da sind, liebe Enikö Ravadits und Megan John. Wir freuen uns auf Ihren Vortrag und werden ganz fest bei Ihnen sein und uns inspirieren lassen, um auf dem Weg möglicherweise nach Großbritannien zu sein und dort ein Studium zu finden. Bitte sehr.
Yes, thank you for having us here. So as we were introduced, my name is Megan John. I'm an exams coordinator at the British Council in Austria.
And my name is Enikö Ravadits, and I'm also an exams coordinator at British Council in Austria.
During our presentation, we'll be talking to you about why you should study in the UK and how to go about doing so. So first of all, why should you study in the UK? So the UK is home to world-class education. So in 2021, the Times Higher Education ranked honoured the UK with 2 of the world's top 10 universities, including the world's top university, University of Oxford. Also, 7 of the top 50 and 26 of the top 200 universities are found in the UK. The UK is ranked 2nd in the world for science and research, and 54% of this research is classed as world leading. Some courses also offer you a year of working in the industry or doing an internship in the area that you're interested in. Or, alternatively, for example, if you study a language, then you have to do a placement year in the university, in the country of the language that you're studying. Universities in the UK also offer professional career advisors. So if you're not quite sure what to do after your studies, then there's always someone there that you can go talk to and gain professional help about what you can do after your degree. Also, there are 162 higher education institutions in the UK, so you are really spoilt for choice in the UK. Universities in the UK also offer accommodation for their students. These are called student halls. And 19% of all UK students opt for this. Quite often the first year students go for this, and then in the 2nd and 3rd year of their studies they opt to live in a house with their friends or other colleagues that they've met on their course. In these student halls you get your own room, and you can decide whether you want to stay in a catered or a self-catered accommodation. These accommodations are normally found on campuses, and on these campuses there are common rooms, bars, gyms, so plenty of opportunities for you to meet other new people and to spend your free time. These halls are also international, so it's a great way to meet a wide variety of people with different interests, different study options, a great way to make new friends who aren't just doing your course, for example. You can decide whether you want to join a mixed or single-sex accommodation. However, it is important to note that the rent for these are not included in your tuition fees, but the rent is paid separately and on top of the tuition fees. Also, some universities have private halls, which are then a bit more luxurious than the university-offered ones and more expensive. However, yes, beware, they are more expensive. And like I said, then for 2nd year and 3rd year, most students go into student housing. The UK is home to a very international community, and approximately half a million of the students in the UK are from over 200 different countries. Approximately 14% of undergraduates are from outside of the UK, and 20% of academic staff in the UK are from overseas. In 2019-2020, for example, 147,800 students were from the EU alone. There is a diverse population and multi-faith society in the UK, and you can meet like-minded people in university societies and sports clubs. For example, there are free sport clubs and societies for any interest that you could possibly have. For example, there's a knitting club, Quidditch team, book club, literally anything you could be interested in, there is most likely a society for it, and this is again a great way to meet other people and make new friends. There is also welfare and international student support officers who, if you're feeling a bit lonely or feeling a bit blue, there's professional help available for you there. Universities also have on-site doctors and psychologists as well. So what type of degree can you get if you decide to go to the UK? You can get a bachelor, a master, a PhD, and there are also a wide range of different colleges that you can get certifications at and diplomas. Bachelors typically last for 3 years. However, like I mentioned earlier, you can turn this into a 4-year degree by doing a year abroad or a placement year in an industry of your choice. And masters are typically 1 year long, and PhDs usually last 3 years. There are over 50,000 different course combinations in the UK. So, for example, you can decide to do a bachelor in French and psychology rather than a bachelor in French and a bachelor in psychology, but you can combine the 2 courses and make it into 1 degree. So how do you go about choosing your study path? We would recommend having a look at topuniversities.com and also having a look at the Times Higher Education sites, the Guardian University and Telegraph University guides. These are good websites to find the different rankings of the universities in the UK. It's also important to consider where in the UK you want to be. For example, do you want to be in the north, in the south? Do you want to be by the coast or in a big city? And also, are you interested in a modern university or a more traditional university? It's also important to think about the cost of living in the area that you're deciding. For example, London is typically more expensive than some smaller cities. Thinking about the course strength is also important, and a good way to look at this is Ucas.com, which we will also come on to in a bit more detail later. But Ucas is the application site for all undergraduate degrees, and this is where you can find all the courses available to you at different universities. If you want to find more information on studying in the UK itself, then we have a website which is study-uk.britishcouncil.org, and here you can find practical information about your studies. You can search for the different courses, search for scholarships that might be available to you, and also read about real-life student experiences and follow social media channels so you can get a real an idea about what life in the UK is like for an international student. So Ucas, I mentioned earlier, is the application platform for undergraduate degrees. If you want to do an undergraduate, then you have to apply through Ucas. And these are the deadlines for 2021, 2022, so you can get an idea of what the application deadlines for next year would be as well. So in May last year, the search tool opened up for this academic year. And the deadline for the majority of undergraduate courses was then the 29th of January. However, if you miss this deadline, then you have until the 30th of June to be placed into a university of your choice. However, if you apply after the 30th of June, then it's still not the end of the world. You can still have until September to apply, so you can then apply through clearing. And clearing is when all universities open up all the spaces that they still have available to you. So, for example, you might have applied or might have wanted to study psychology, but actually you missed the deadline or the university of your choice didn't accept your application. You can then go into clearing, where you then could be put into a course on sports science, for example, which you would then have chosen if you wanted to do it or not. So the final deadline then for 2021 is the 21st of September. And universities have until the 20th of October 2021 to make final decisions. So these are the key dates to remember. However, it's important to note that when you apply through Ucas, you can apply to up to 5 different universities. And these universities then either give you a conditional, unconditional offer, or they reject your application. So a conditional offer is when the university says, yes, we like you, but we only will take you if you get these grades. An unconditional offer is when the university says, yes, we love you, we will take you no matter what. And then a rejection is a rejection, but then you can apply through clearing anyway, so it's not the end of the world. So a bit more about Ucas, if you have then decided that you want to study in the UK. Like I said, you can apply to up to 5 different universities. And through Ucas, you also need to upload certain documents. For example, you need to upload the qualifications that you have, so your latest school degrees, some references from your tutors or your teachers at school, and also a personal statement. And this personal statement is similar to a job application, so you have to be able to sell to the university why you are a good candidate for this course. So, for example, you have to say why you're passionate about the subject area that you're applying to, what extracurricular activities you've done surrounding this, why you're motivated and enthusiastic, and why they should take you. It's good to be able to articulate yourself fluently and accurately in this writing. as it's going to be read by the university tutors, so it's important for them to know as well what level of English you have as well. If you are interested in seeing some examples of these personal statements, then I would suggest going to studential.com.
And if you're thinking of studying, working, or living in an English-speaking country, IELTS is the test for you. It's the world's most popular English language test for higher education and global migration. Over 10,000 organizations globally accept IELTS. What does IELTS stand for? IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System, and it is an English test that assesses your listening, reading, writing, and speaking skills. IELTS is jointly owned by the British Council, IDP, IELTS Australia, and Cambridge Assessment English. There are different types of IELTS tests you can take. The test you should choose depends on what you want to do. There are different types of IELTS tests. So the IELTS academic test measures whether you have the level of English language proficiency needed for an academic, higher education environment. IELTS general training measures English language proficiency in a practical, everyday context. If you're looking to work or study in the UK, you may need to apply for a UK visa and demonstrate that you have met the required level of English by taking a Home Office approved, secure English language test, such as IELTS for UKVI or IELTS Life Skills. Before booking your test, make sure to check which test you need with the organizations you're applying to. Now talking about the test format. The test takes 2 hours and 45 minutes. There are 4 sections to the test: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. When you book your IELTS test with the British Council, the test will take place in an official British Council IELTS test centre, whether you choose paper-based or computer-delivered exam. The only difference is for the listening, reading, and writing sections of your test, you can either type or write your answers. The speaking test is the same for both tests and is done face-to-face with a qualified IELTS examiner. Whichever test you choose, everything else is exactly the same, from the test content, the scoring system, report form, and the security measures that make IELTS the world's trusted English language test. Once you find out which test is best for you, choose between your paper-based and computer-delivered test, you can book your IELTS test online on our website, britishcouncil.at. The standard IELTS test fee is €243. We offer computer-delivered sessions multiple times in a month and 1 or 2 paper-based sessions in Vienna and in various other cities in Austria. Now, talking about how to prepare for your test. There are lots of ways to prepare for your test and understand how the test works. You can take part in online courses, use language apps, and also take part in face-to-face courses, classes as well. On our website, you can find a wide range of free resources from the British Council. Once you book an IELTS test with us, you get free access to Road to IELTS last-minute course. And the course includes 9 videos, giving advice and tutorials, 75 interactive activities, and 6 practice test papers. Now talking about the results of your test. You won't have to wait long for your IELTS test results. If you have taken the paper-based test, you will be able to preview your test results after 13 calendar days from the test date. And if you have taken the computer-delivered test, you will be able to preview your results after 3 to 5 calendar days from the test date. You can also check your results on the test taker portal. And how do the IELTS academic and IELTS general training scores work? You will be given a score from 1 to 9 for each section of your test, the listening, reading, and the writing and the speaking part, and the average of those scores give you your band score. Your test report form will show for the scores for each of your skills and also your band score. Now, talking about sending your test report form to organizations, we can send up to 5 additional copies of your test report form free of charge directly to institutions where you're applying to. And if you would like us to do this, please include these relevant addresses when you book your test. And if you need more information about our IELTS test, please visit our website, britishcouncil.at.
Yes, so thank you. Before I go on, we have a question, which is, I would like to study marine biology, but would it be possible to do the bachelor in Austria and then do the master's in the UK? Yes, I don't see why this would be a problem. However, I would always advise checking with the institution that you want to do the master's at to make sure you have the correct degree or the correct qualifications that they would want you to have. It might be that you need to get your degree here certified. I'm not 100% sure, so I would definitely check with the university that you're applying to what their application procedure would be in this case. And the next question is concerning visas. Student visas, that's actually what I'm going to cover next. So yep, so that's the next slide. So first of all, I'll talk about fees, and then we'll come on to visas in a moment. So EU students who have started their course by July 2021 have home status fee for the duration of their studies. However, students who are applying for a course starting from August 2021 are no longer eligible for this home fee status and instead have to pay international student fees in the UK. Universities set these fees themselves, so there isn't a set fee across the UK. So again, it's best to check with the university that you're interested in to find out what exactly their fees are for you. It's also maybe worth asking them if there's any scholarships that would be available for international students coming from the EU or whatever, what other kind of scholarships or financial support they could offer you. Furthermore, students from the EU who are starting courses from August 2021 onwards are no longer eligible for student loans as well. But I'll come on to that in the next slide. So the UK government does offer hundreds of scholarships to students from different countries. I would recommend looking at the Ucas website, which is the UK Council for International Student Affairs. And there you can find out if there's any scholarships or financial support that you would be eligible for. The website we mentioned earlier as well is also a good option. So the study-uk.britishcouncil.org/scholarships has lots of information about the scholarships that you might be eligible for as well. And for Austria-specific grants, we would always recommend grants.at and stipendium.at. Like I said previously as well, many universities offer their own financial support, so it's definitely worth asking them, sending them an email and asking them what would be an option for you. And now onto the visas. So students coming to the UK for less than 6 months don't need to apply for a visa. However, students who are wanting to study for longer than 6 months will need to apply for a student visa. This costs £348, and in order to apply, you need to have a current passport or a valid travel document. The application is done over a smartphone app and can be done up to 6 months before you arrive. However, if you can't use a smartphone app, then you might have to go to the visa application centre in your country, so in Austria, for example. Students coming from outside the UK also need to pay a immigration health surcharge. Students do receive a 25% on this, and it costs £470 per year for students. However, students with a European health insurance card, so for example the e-card, can claim a refund on this as well. And you can find more information on the gov.uk website about student visas. There's one question about my school offers the Cambridge certificate. Is this certificate also an option if I want to study in the UK? Yes, however, please do check with the institution with which English test they want you to have. It could be that a university says we only accept the IELTS. It could be that universities say we accept the Cambridge or the IELTS test. So definitely it varies from university to university and definitely worth checking first of all. Yeah, so the key websites that we've mentioned are the study-uk.britishcouncil.org, the Ucas website. I also forgot to mention, but if you're looking for a master's degree, then prospects.ac.uk is where you can find prospects.co.uk, sorry, I'm getting a bit confused, is the website where you can look for postgraduate degrees. However, postgraduate degrees have to be applied to through the university themselves, so not through an online portal like Ucas. We also mentioned Ucas, which is great for international student affairs, and also the National Union of Students, NUS.org, is where you can find different discounts that you might have as a student, so for example in restaurants or in shops. And if you have any further questions or want any further information, you can always visit us at britishcouncil.at or send us an email at exams@britishcouncil.at. Our Facebook is British Council Austria, and our Twitter is @_British. Thank you for watching. Are there any other questions?
Wir warten mal ganz kurz, ob aus dem Live-Chat noch was hereinkommt. Auf alle Fälle vielen Dank, liebe Enikö Ravadits, zum Beitrag sozusagen, wie dieses Sprachenzertifikat erworben werden kann. Das waren super ausführliche Erläuterungen. Und auch an Sie, liebe Megan John, danke vielmals. Studieren in Großbritannien ist ein bisschen anders, jetzt auch seit dem Brexit, dass man eben sozusagen internationale, also jetzt quasi zu den International Students zählt und damit andere Studiengebühren fällig sind und noch viele andere Dinge. Es kostet auch generell Studieren in Großbritannien etwas, aber auch da gibt es Unterstützungen, jeweils bei den Universitäten Anfragen. Sie haben sehr renommierte Universitäten natürlich wie Oxford und Co., aber es gibt auch ganz viele Studienstandorte, die auch tolle Arbeit machen, aber unbekannter sind. In jedem Fall ist Großbritannien eine Reise wert, auch als Tourist und als Studierender natürlich. Wir schauen, ob noch was hereinkommt. Und ansonsten bedanken wir uns vielmals. In jedem Fall kann man sich wenden an das British Council Austria und da wird man Hilfe bekommen.
Yeah.
Wunderbar.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And enjoy the third day on the BeSt$ here in Vienna.
We are. Thank you very much. Thank you.